Hi all, let's discuss the poem A Litany for Survival by Audre Lorde today. So she was an American writer, professor, philosopher, intersectional feminist, poet and civil rights activist. She was described by herself as a black, lesbian, feminist, socialist, mother, warrior and poet, and her poems expresses anger and outrage at the civil and social injustice she observed throughout her life, and she wrote about the issues related to civil rights, feminism, lesbianism, illness, disability, and the exploration of Black female identity. These are some of her other poetry works. The First Cities, Cables to Rage, From a Land Where Other People Live. So let's see the poem. A Litany for Survival by Audre Lorde. A litany means a series of petitions for use in a church service, especially recited by the clergy and responded to in a recurrent formula by the people. So, a clergyman will say some prayers and these people will repeat it. So, it's a litany. So, here the poet is giving the marginalized people a litany for their survival. So she want the others to start speaking, to start using their voices. So this poem has got three stanzas, and the first stanza says that people who are marginalized, they always live in the shoreline. Every decision that they make are crucial. They are alone and they cannot indulge in the dream of having choices. They love in the doorways during the night and by watching their surroundings. And they always watch their surroundings. Their choices will affect the future generations. If they choose right, then their children won't have to struggle. They now can breed the future of their children. And in the second stanza, she is saying that fear is imprinted on the foreheads of these people like a faint line. They had learned to fear even from their birth. The heavy footed or the authorities that make them suffer in silence has created this illusion of some safety. Fear is the weapon that the authorities use to silence these people, and the silence is what they call the safe place. They teach these people that silence is their safe place. The speaker is asking everyone to remember that they were not meant to survive in such situations. But if you have survived, then this instant is a win for you. And in the third stanza, she is talking about the things that these marginalized people fear. When the sun rises, they are afraid that it might not remain in the sky. And when the sun sets, they are afraid that it might not rise in the next morning. And when their stomachs are full, they are afraid of indigestion. And when their stomachs are empty, they are afraid they may never eat again. When they are loved, they are afraid that the love will vanish. When they are alone, they are afraid that love will never return. When they speak, they are afraid that their words will not be heard or welcomed by the others. When we are silent, we are still afraid. That's what the poet says. So she says that it is better to speak because remember that we were never meant to survive. Against all the odds, we survived. So we have to speak. We should not remain silent. We have to speak about the issues that we are facing. She's asking the marginalized people to speak up for their rights. Even in fear, speak up because whether we speak or not, we are in fear. So why can't we just speak up so that our future generation will get all the benefits that we didn't get, or they can enjoy their lives very peacefully if we speak up. So, this poem can be said to be a litany for the survival of these marginalized people. The main themes discussed in the poem are fear, silence, and marginalization. So, it's a simple poem in which the poet is asking the marginalized people to come forward and speak up for their rights. and she's asking them to not fear anymore. Even if you fear, even if you have fear, please speak up. Speak up in your fear. That's what she's asking. And we fear everything from even our birth. We are fearing our surroundings. We are fearing everything around us. So why can't we speak up in fear? That is what she's asking. We should never remain silent. Society has taught us that the silence is a safe place, but actually it is an illusion. There is no safe place. We should not allow the authorities to use this weapon of fear against us anymore. So she's inspiring the marginalized people of all gender, all sections of the society to come forward and speak up even if they fear. Hope you understood the message the poem is putting forward. Thank you.